In today's news, robbery at Pier Park, masked men flee by boat, shots fired but no injuries. CLINE says qualified locals still not confirmed in their roles. Caribbean Airlines suspends BVI flights effective January 10, 2026. Penalties rise for speeding, tint, noise, and helmets. And CFATF rates territory compliant with all 40 rules. These and more stories when 284 News returns.
We mash the gas, them bite the dust. We set the speed while they gathering rust. Inside we heart BVI come first. So please don't be fooled cause they not like us. Once we mash the gas, them bite the dust. Cause we always fast and we always fuss. If you want real speed, you know who to trust. Somebody better tell them they're not like who? They're not like us. CCT fast, like CCT fast, like CCT just generosity, love the community bad, like CCT first with the 5G, cause BVI is we.
Welcome to the Tuesday, December 2nd edition of 284 News. I am Jaco Wooding Donovan, bringing you the latest out of the British Virgin Islands. Thank you so much for joining us. The Royal Virgin Islands Police Force is investigating a confirmed armed robbery at a popular business at the Tortola Pier Park on Tuesday afternoon. Preliminary reports indicate that masked men armed with firearms entered the establishment, a jewelry store, stole items, and escaped via a speedboat. Shots were reportedly fired, but no injuries have been reported. The incident remains under investigation. Meanwhile, talk show host Claude Skelton-Klein is again speaking out against TV Islanders in the territory not holding top jobs. During his Honestly Speaking radio program, Skelton-Klein said there are Virgin Islanders who can do these jobs, but they are still in acting positions. He went further and questioned why those Virgin Islanders in acting positions in the Customs and Immigration departments are not confirmed into their positions.
Have to stop parachuting persons into this country to provide leadership in major departments when we have locals who are more than qualified to fill, operate, manage, direct, lead in these posts. Are you listening to me? I'm going to go a step further. Because you see, there are persons who are here now who are holding positions in certain departments who are non-Virgin Islanders. And where we have Virgin Islanders who are able, capable, trained, have the skill set, I want to say to the government of this day and to future government, when these persons' existing contracts end, they must end and be replaced with Virgin Islanders. We cannot just keep talking and frothing at the mouth. We must commit the wisdom of these words to action, to practice, to policy, and to legislation. Virgin Islanders, we are not outnumbered, we are out-organized. There are too many areas that are left languishing. Let me go a step further. I want to say to the government of the day, Why is it that people, Virgin Islanders, are still acting in immigration? Whatever the situation in customs and across whatever other departmental lines, persons who've been sitting in those positions, why are they not confirmed? They are sitting in the positions, they are doing the job in those positions. Why are they not being confirmed?
In other news, Caribbean Airlines is set to scale back parts of its regional network, including flights to the British Virgin Islands being suspended. More in this report.
Caribbean Airlines, CAL, will suspend 2 recently launched routes and wind down its Barbados base of operations early next year, marking the latest shift in the carrier's ongoing network overhaul. The region's largest airline confirmed that, effective January 10th, flights to San Juan, Puerto Rico, and Tortola, British Virgin Islands, will be suspended. CAL will also discontinue its base at Grantley Adams International Airport in February 2026, with services currently originating in Barbados to be retimed and operated instead from Piarco International Airport in Trinidad. As a result, Barbados-based crews will operate out of Port of Spain. The move comes as CAL's new board, chaired by Reina Kaulasar, continues to review the airline's performance across its network. Since the board's installation, CAL has cut or suspended 4 routes, including the Kingston-Fort Lauderdale and Montego Bay-Fort Lauderdale services, which ended on November 2nd due to low passenger demand. Kaulasar, speaking with reporters several weeks ago, said the airline has been evaluating all routes to identify gaps and improve performance. She noted that a route optimization committee is now in place to guide the process. The Puerto Rico and BVI routes were introduced under former CEO Garvin Madera as part of a regional expansion initiative aligned with CAL's 2023 to 2027 strategic plan, which included leasing additional ATR 72-600 aircraft. In 2024, CAL expanded into Puerto Rico, the BVI, Martinique, and Guadeloupe, and reinstated services between Jamaica and Fort Lauderdale. However, Kaulasar later acknowledged that the Jamaica-Florida flights had been bleeding out and costing CAL a pretty penny, prompting their removal from the network.
Up next, penalties rise for speeding, tint, noise, and helmets, and CFATF rates territory compliant. These and more stories after a word from our sponsors.
Father Jesus, that line here long like church service.
Alright, do enjoy the rest of it then. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes, Sonny.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. What on there? You must have cut fun to people.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man to take care of me.
How may I assist you?
Yes.
You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?
Just give me my service.
Yeah!
Just give me my service. Just give me my service.
Make the switch to CCT and get connected today. Unlimited talk, text, and data. Visit any CCT store or call us at 444-4444. CCT, Life Unlimited.
Start the year off with more. More speed, more downloading, more savings, and more fire. CCT Fire Fiber Internet gives you the speed you need to keep the whole family connected. Packages starting at $119 with speeds from 300 megabytes per second, super fast, unlimited downloads, even more reliable connectivity, plus free live streaming TV for the family to enjoy. Sign up for the absolute best fiber internet service in the BVI, CCT Fire, and pay no installation fee. Plus, get CCT Live TV for free. You deserve more. Get more with CCT. Life Unlimited.
Welcome back and thank you so much for staying with us. The Royal Virgin Islands Police Force is advising motorists that the Road Traffic Act 2025 is now in force, bringing higher fines and new offenses aimed at improving road safety and modernizing traffic enforcement across the territory. More in this report.
The Royal Virgin Islands Police Force, RVIPF, is advising the public that the Road Traffic Amendment Act 2025 is now officially in effect across the territory. The updated legislation was passed by the House of Assembly and assented to on October 2nd, 2025. According to the RVIPF, the amendments introduce a range of new offenses and increased penalties aimed at improving road safety, modernizing enforcement, and encouraging responsible driving. Among the new summary offenses are fines of up to $1,500 for overtaking on corners or at intersections, and up to $750 or a maximum of 6 months imprisonment for failing to remain stationary when required by a police officer. Several existing fixed penalties have also risen sharply. The fine for riding a motorcycle without a helmet has increased from $100 to $750, while driving an uninsured vehicle now carries a $300 penalty. Motorists who fail to stop at a red light may now be fined $500. Vehicles producing excessive noise, defined as above 75 decibels, can result in a $1,000 penalty. Owners and drivers of vehicles with window tints or screening devices exceeding legal limits without a permit will face a $150 charge per glass. Revised parking penalties have also been standardized at $225 under the updated Schedule 1 of the Act. The RVIPF says internal efforts are underway to update ticket books and ensure officers can enforce the new penalties immediately. Temporary Interim Acting Commissioner of Police Richard Ulger noted that the amendments represent an important step toward improving road safety and strengthening traffic management across the territory. He said the police force remains committed to enforcing the act consistently and transparently. The public is encouraged to review the updated legislation, which will be available through official government channels as part of a broader public awareness effort.
Meanwhile, the British Virgin Islands is now rated compliant or largely compliant with all 40 Financial Action Task Force recommendations after addressing every technical deficiency identified in its 2024 Mutual Evaluation Report, according to an upgraded assessment provided by the Caribbean Financial Action Task Force.
The BVI has addressed all of the technical deficiencies identified in its 2024 Mutual Evaluation Report and is now assessed by the Caribbean Financial Action Task Force, CFATF, as compliant or largely compliant with every one of the FATF's 40 recommendations. BVI Finance says the territory has welcomed the CFATF's plenary approval of an upgraded second enhanced follow-up report, which confirms that the jurisdiction is now rated compliant or largely compliant with all 40 Financial Action Task Force FATF recommendations. The positive outcome for the British Virgin Islands, BVI, comes as CFATF members convened in Bridgetown, Barbados last week for the organization's 61st plenary and working group meetings. BVI Finance says the CFATF's second enhanced follow-up report recognizes that the BVI has addressed all of the technical deficiencies identified in its 2024 mutual evaluation and is now assessed as compliant or largely compliant with every one of the FATF's 40 recommendations. The CFATF report records important upgrades in 4 key areas. Recommendation 8, non-profit organizations, from non-compliant to largely compliant. Recommendation 24, transparency and beneficial ownership of legal persons, from partially compliant to largely compliant. Recommendation 26, regulation and supervision of financial institutions, from partially compliant to largely compliant. And recommendation 28, regulation and supervision of DNFBPs, from partially compliant to compliant. BVE Finance says as a result, this jurisdiction is now technically aligned with the full suite of global AML/CFT standards. According to BVI Finance, the upgraded ratings reflect sustained, coordinated work across the jurisdiction to strengthen beneficial ownership transparency. Ensuring accurate and current ownership information for companies and partnerships is available to competent authorities. Enhance risk-based supervision of financial institutions and designated non-financial businesses and professions, DNFBPs, and bolster the powers and tools available to the BVI's competent authorities to detect, deter, and disrupt misuse of the financial system. BVI Finance says together, these reforms send a clear signal to banks, investors, and professional advisors that the BVI is not only open for high-quality cross-border business, but that it does so on a foundation that matches the most stringent international benchmarks. The new ratings reinforce the BVI's position within the FATF global network as a cooperative, rules-based international finance center that takes its responsibilities on financial crime, transparency, and international cooperation seriously.
Up next, 123 students placed across public service and private sector in winter apprenticeships, and public awaits cost of living relief promised by Premier. These and more stories when 284 News returns.
Orange alert! Orange alert!
Fire is spreading across the BVI. The fastest, most reliable, and affordable fiber internet service is here for you. Look out for fire in these new locations: Slaney, Duff Bottom, Manual Reef, Seacows Bay, Albion, Hannah's, Palestina, Pleasant Valley, and Havers. Fiber is in your area. Call 444-4444 or visit a CCT store to find out more and bring it home. More locations coming soon.
Father Jesus, that line here long like church service.
Alright, do enjoy the rest of it then. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come. Yes,
Good
son.
morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Hold on there. You must have cut fun topic.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man fit care.
How may I assist you?
Yes.
You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?
Start the year off with more. More speed, more downloading, more savings, and more fire. CCT Fire Fiber Internet gives you the speed you need to keep the whole family connected. Packages starting at $119 with speeds from 300 megabytes per second, super fast, unlimited downloads, even more reliable connectivity, plus free live streaming TV for the family to enjoy. Sign up for the absolute best fiber internet service in the BVI, CCT Fire, and pay no installation fee. Plus, get CCT Live TV for free. You deserve more. Get more with CCT. Life Unlimited.
My name's Henry Bosch. I work for PPG. I'm here to explain to you the use of the Deltron NXT paint line and Enviro-based high performance, one being solvent-borne and the next being waterborne. The difference is that one is totally manufactured with rosins and thinners and all the good stuff that solvents bring versus our new technology, which is waterborne, which is 100% latex. What we're gonna do is that we reduce the solvent-borne with a DT885, which is a mid-temp reducer, and the waterborne uses T494, which is a waterborne reducer. We will today be using either DCU 2042, which is a speed clear, or we will be using DCU 2021, which is a classic. We have here our equipment. We have 8-ounce measuring cups, and we also have our 32-ounce mixing cup. We will also have with us our Venturi. This is a blower for us to dry the waterborne paint, which speeds up the process. The good thing about waterborne paint is that as soon as it evaporates, you're good to go. So now Gilligan will dilute the waterborne paint with the waterborne reducer. We made 8 ounces, that would be 1.6 ounce. It always has to be properly mixed until we get an even mixture within the paint mixing cup. So when we spray, we don't see uneven coats of color. So right now we're filling our paint gun with 8 ounces of diluted paint. We're gonna see how far 8 ounces will take us. Waterborne paint seems to look blotchy on your first coat. Don't pay no mind to that. Don't try to achieve full coverage on your first spray. Excellent. Let it dry. So the process in waterborne is 2 even coats, and then we have what we call a dust coat. Well, now we're gonna have Mr. Brown apply the first coat of clear on his waterborne panel. We'll let it flash off, and then he'll come back and coat it with his second coat to finish it off. As you had seen in the previous shots, we had a little blotchiness, and you'll see some patches. That's all due on purpose to sandpaper to prove that with Enviro-based high performance, all technicians, the body work has to end at 800 grit or plus. Well, Enviro-based is like we're trying to shift everyone into that slowly but surely. The entire west coast of the United States and all of Canada has already been on waterborne for the past 10 years. And now soon it'll be the eastern seaboard, which covers the Caribbean. So when that happens, we'll all be affected. So it's best to start now, start trying and applying waterborne, because eventually everyone will be on it. And referring to technicians, it's less harmful because it doesn't have all the toxic chemicals that solvent-borne paints do.
Welcome back, and thank you so much for sticking with us. The Office of the Deputy Governor has relaunched its winter apprenticeship program, placing a record 123 students in public and private sector roles for the December 2025 season as part of the territory's ongoing efforts to strengthen youth workforce development. More in this report.
The Office of the Deputy Governor has relaunched the Winter Apprenticeship Program, placing 123 students in roles across the public service and participating private sector organizations for the December 2025 session. The cohort includes 50 college and university students and 73 high school students, marking one of the program's largest intakes to date. Officials say the initiative continues to expand access to hands-on learning opportunities while strengthening pathways from education to employment. Students pursuing science and medical fields were matched with placements aligned with their studies. And this year's session features increased collaboration with private entities, offering a wider range of professional environments. More placements have also been extended to the sister islands, with opportunities in Virgin Gorda and Anegada, allowing students to gain experience within essential government services, statutory bodies, and community-based organizations. Permanent Secretary in the Office of the Deputy Governor, Charlene Dabrio-Letsom, said the relaunch reflects a significant investment in developing future talent. She noted the strong response of more than 100 applicants and commended the Department of Human Resources for securing funding to support all successful candidates. Acting Deputy Director of Human Resources, Cara Christopher, said the department was encouraged by the unprecedented level of interest. She confirmed that all applicants who met the criteria were placed and welcomed the new cohort to the program. The Winter Apprenticeship Program is the final of 3 sessions delivered this year. Earlier cohorts included 38 high school students in the Easter program and 25 students in the summer program. With 123 students in the winter session, a total of 186 young people have participated in apprenticeship placements across 2025. The government of the Virgin Islands says it remains committed to fostering the growth and development of current and future public officers through continued investment in youth workforce initiatives.
In other news, the Basket of Goods initiative, promised by Premier Dr. Natalia Wheatley to ensure that affordable foods are available to the public, was expected to take effect on Monday, December 1st. This was announced by the Premier during a recent press conference. The announcement followed months of public concern about high costs of living amid global inflation. This is what the Premier said.
We are in the process of implementing a regulated basket of goods to ensure that affordable foods are available to the most vulnerable. This requires mechanisms to be put in place, such as the collection of data, so we can manage and track that savings are passed along to the consumers. A critical part of this was to capture the volume of items coming into the territory. This required certain adjustments to be made by customs to regulate the brokerage clearing process. This mechanism was finalized last week, and the requirements for customs clearance of the baskets of goods will begin December 1st. Communication with the food importation brokers and suppliers is also being done.
In weather, instability is expected to build across the Virgin Islands over the next 24 hours as a low-level trough moves through the region, increasing the likelihood of showers by tomorrow, forecasters have reported. Tonight will bring partly cloudy skies with a 30% chance of showers. By tomorrow, however, conditions are forecast to become partly cloudy to cloudy with a 60% chance of showers as moisture deepens across the area. Seas will remain rough at 6 to 8 feet, and a high surf advisory is currently in effect. Sunrise tomorrow will be at 6:34 a.m. And that's it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for updates at 284media.com, like us on Facebook at 284media and 284BVI on Instagram and X, formerly Twitter. I am Jaco Whitting Donovan, and I will see you again tomorrow. So have yourself a safe and enjoyable evening. Goodbye.